stop moving the desk. So Dark and Darker has launched, albeit being a bit of a wobbly start with the Dark and Darker official website going down. They partnered with Chaff Games, and then Chaff Games' website went down. It just shows how many people wanted to get into this game. So this game is launched with a new class being the Warlock. Now, the way to unlock that is by using redstone or bluestone shards. To get bluestone shards, you get given 5 when you get the standard edition when you buy the game, and as you run through the dungeons and you survive, you get experience towards what's called the Triumph level. Once you complete a Triumph XP bar, you are gifted bluestone shards. I may not have completed a level yet, so I don't know how many you get per level. That should tell you how it's been going for me. To get the redstone shards is a in-game purchase, or if you got the Hold the Line Founders Edition, you will get given 5 redstone shards to start with. So the Warlock is a dark magic, sword-wielding, leather-wearing class. It's kind of a jack of all trades. It's got some cool abilities to it. It's got some cool core foundations, and I'm excited to see where they take this class. But at the moment, especially in starter gear, it's very weak and very underwhelming, especially if you're playing solo. If you're playing with a team, stay far back. Try and keep some distance, because anytime someone gets in melee distance, you're gonna have a bad time. However, when I first wrote the script for this video, my idea and my opinion on the Warlock was it's pretty bad. It's going to need some optimization. However, through my stream today, we did a lot of testing, trying out different builds and different play styles, and I think there could be one that could be pretty damn strong. I'm going to test it further on my stream. I stream 5 days a week. I'm over on twitch.tv/AZZEYUK. So let's have a look at the skills, abilities, and the spells that are available to Warlock. Cue the successful montage. I'm dead, man. Ow. I'm fucked.
Oh, what?
Fuck, imagine teaming! Who the fuck is... Okay, honestly, it wasn't this bad. But, you know, we all gotta start somewhere, right? So here we have a stock Warlock. I think I've got him to level 16. So we're gonna go through the perks, go through the skills, go through the spells and what they do, and then show you what I think may be really strong. I haven't really tested it too much yet. That will be in the next stream, which will be tomorrow. So the perks you've got anti-magic. Your magic resistance is increased by 15%, again, except against divine magic. So I'm guessing that does not include judgment from a cleric. Dark enhancement. Your dark magic spells have 10% increased magic damage. Nice and easy. Your dark reflection. If you take damage whilst dark reflection is not on cooldown, you reflect 10 dark magic damage to the attacker. Now, I haven't really looked to see how long this is on cooldown for, and I haven't really noticed it. I've tried it out a little bit. I think I run it in my current build, but, you know, a lot is going to change. This is still day 2, technically, for me. Things are going to change. Someone's going to figure it out. Hopefully, we'll be there too. Immortal Lament. Casting spells will not take you below 1 health, but your spell power bonus is reduced by 5. I don't like the idea of this, but you did see in one of those clips, I did actually cast a spell on 1 health, which caused me to die. So it happens. I hate to admit it, but it definitely happens. I'm dead, man. Malice, which will increase your will by 10%. Always good. Soul Collector. When dealing the final blow to an enemy, 1 cursed soul is collected. Each collected soul increases dark magic damage by 5%, up to 6 souls. When casting dark magic, this effect is consumed and disappears. I'm not sure if this works as intended at the moment, because I get 6 stacks, nice and easy, but then I stay at 6 stacks throughout the entire game. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong with this. I'm going to have to do some more testing. Let me know if you have found out how to work this in the comments, or if it's something I'm just doing completely wrong. And Torture Mastery, Curse of Pain inflicted upon enemies restores 1 health to the caster with each instance of damage dealt. How I usually have this right now, Torture Mastery is a must you're going to cast Curse of Pain almost every engagement, and rather than it just tickling down your health, you want it to give you a little bit of a heal or a little bit of a top up. If you're fighting groups of enemies, you can cast Curse of Pain on several enemies, and you will have like several ticks of health going up. So that's the first one for me. Second one we've been trying is Dark Reflection. Like I said, I haven't really looked at how long the cooldown is, and I haven't really noticed, oh, someone's died due to taking damage from my shield, effectively. Malice, which is increasing my will, which is increasing my spell power. And then Dark Enhancement, which again increases my magic damage by another 10%. So I've left off Magic Resistance, casting spells will no longer kill you if you're 1 health, and the Soul Collector one. But hopefully we figure out if it's either not working as intended or if there's a way to work it. So that's my current setup. These are the 4 that I use. I feel they're pretty strong, or they're the strongest ones to have at the moment. And then your skills, you only get 3 skills, and much like a wizard, you are always going to want to have spell memory. This allows you to change spells and be able to use your spells. If you don't have this, you cannot use your spells, regardless of if you have a wizard staff, crystal ball, spellbook, you know. The other 2 skills you have is Blow of Corruption. The next magical damage attack deals 20 magical damage to the target, and also reduces their healing rate by 70% for 12 seconds. Now that is 20 magical damage on top of your physical damage on that weapon. So if you get a strong weapon, if you've got a strong longsword, if you've got a strong falchion, if you've got a strong crystal sword, I feel like this is really good. This is the one, if you're in close proximity and they're coming for you, you pop this, you're going to seriously hurt some people. Especially if you cast some of your spells, it's going to really hurt them. Phantomize. Phantomize allows you to phase through melee attacks and projectiles, it increases your movement speed, and it reduces your magical damage by 50%. So you can still take magical damage, but any melee classes or any throwable projectiles or bows, they will not harm you, and you can use this as either an escape or a gap reducer so you can get closer to your enemies. I personally like Blow of Corruption. That extra input of damage really turns the fight. Your spells, you only have 4 spells at the moment. We don't have access to any other spells, but as I stated at the start, this build is a work in process. We've just got to be patient, we've just got to wait until they bring out more spells, and then we can kind of tweak. But the spells you have to offer is Power of Sacrifice. It curses the target with sacrifice, losing 3 health per second, but increases your strength by 15 over 12 seconds. So that means you lose 36 health over 12 seconds, but your strength has increased by 15. Now, you can cast this on enemies, you can cast it on yourself, you can cast it on friendlies, you can even cast it on, just mobs in the dungeon as a little damage over time ticker, but be warned, it will increase their strength. So I cast this on wizards quite a lot, and, they're not really going to come in melee range and bop me with a wizard staff. I have tested this on a few teammates. On a rogue, 1 cast of this on a basic starter gear rogue will take them down to half health. So it's quite a harsh spell. They may think, oh, you're getting buffed and you're going to have your strength increased by 15, but this does actually hurt over time. Curse of Weakness, this reduces the target for 10 seconds, reducing all base stats by 20%. Nice and easy. Anyone that's coming towards you, anyone you're fighting, you want to put this on them. It's not just reducing their physical attack power or their magical damage or their health. It is reducing all of their base stats by 20%. So that is your strength, agility, will, knowledge, and resourcefulness. So you could even use this to slow people down from opening doors. You can use this with everything. Anytime you're fighting someone, put this on them. Curse of Pain. This is your bread and butter. Instantly deals 10 damage to the target, and then it also deals another 10 damage distributed over 8 seconds. But if you put this with your Torture Mastery, that is also a heal over time. So they are taking damage whilst you are healing off that damage. Now, it's not a huge amount of heal, but any heal's better than no heal, right? And Hellfire, it summons an Eternal Hellfire and blasts it towards the aiming point. The Hellfire does not dissipate when it reaches the target, burning them for 60 magic damage per second. Now, this sounds amazing. This sounds incredibly overpowered, and if it hits, trust me, it is. This hurts. Now, how this works is you can cast it. It's the slowest moving ball of dark magic you have ever seen. But it will go through walls. It can go through doors. It can break doors down. It will go through mobs. It will just keep going. I haven't even seen one finish. They just leave the map. So you cast this. You can cast it down a hallway. Obviously, they're gonna have a long time to react. You can even cast it through a wall. If you can hear someone on the other side of a door, you can cast it through the door. It breaks the door down. I don't really use these as damage dealers. I use it as an opening, or if I need to break a door down as an escape route, I can cast this. However, this does damage you too. So if you cast this and then walk in front of it, or keep walking forward when you're casting, this is going to deal a lot of damage to you as well. So use it, but don't rely on it. The last little thing I want to test is the Crystal Sword. So the Crystal Sword has weapon damage, which is physical weapon damage, and then magical weapon damage as well. Now, if you use your Q, or whichever side you have it on, you use your Blow of Corruption, this adds another 20 magical damage on top of that. So technically, that's 20 magical damage, that's 31 magical damage, that's 40 magical damage. Well, sorry, that's 40 damage overall, looking at the sword UI. However, it's not that simple if we look at it on a dummy in a... So the Blow of Corruption, dealing the extra magical damage, works for anything, including throwables. That could even be drums. So you can see here, I'm doing 21 damage, 39 and 21. 25, and 39 and 25. So I'm doing an extra 40 magical damage. I'm not wearing a thing. Just to clarify, this Crystal Sword was white. So that's basically how the Warlock works. The test that I'm currently doing now is trying out the melee weapons and how the damage stacks with using Blow of Corruption, whilst trying to put Weakness and Curse of Pain on them, and using Hellfire to create a gap, create some distance, so I can maybe put a health pot or a protection potion or something. It's still early days. We're just testing. Like I said, I'll be testing on my stream. I'll be streaming tomorrow, so, well, whenever you see this, I'll be streaming, probably at the time, if not the following day. Come over to the Twitch. We'll try and learn together, or we'll try and do some investigating and try and find out a bit more on how all these spells work and the best way to use them. And if you prefer it in a written format, you can also check out my guide on MMO Wiki. The link will be in the description down below. Thanks for sticking with us for a long video. Appreciate you guys still here, and if you're still here, thank you so much. If you're enjoying the Dark and Darker content, be sure to let me know so I can keep pushing and we can keep investigating and try and get the best builds out there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And thank you to the patrons for supporting the channel. If you want perks like getting access to the podcast recorded live and come and interact with our guest, getting discounted merch or early access on the merch before it drops, and behind the scenes footage, then make sure to check us out at patreon.com/AzzyUK.